Welcome to this update. Today I'm gonna be talking about Bitcoin, specifically more intraday stuff. Yeah, so 15 minutes, 30 minutes, it's not gonna be something on the high term time frames. I want to show you what exactly do I show to my networkers in my private network, what do they learn from the daily updates. So I'm gonna go in details here. So the first thing which I want to mention is the daily directional bias candle. Is it bullish, is it bearish, or whatever? Now, the last time that we had a shift in the daily directional bias was up here. So on the Monday, 26th of September, we did show a bearish directional bias, and this didn't change until yesterday, where we did print a bullish daily directional bias. Okay, so this is the first thing. Second thing I want to mention is that price is moving up on the low term time frame, so talking about the 15-minute. It's moving up with absorption from the bulls. So essentially, as you can see, price is making high highs and high lows, while the delta we're seeing lower lows. So this means that we have aggressive shorts which are being overweighted by limit buys. Who is playing with limit buys? Essentially the big guys. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Second thing, in terms of TPO perspective, what I want to mention is, let me move into the 15-minute time frame. Let me turn on the TPO chart. So essentially, yesterday we did have a trending day, as you can see. So the attempt was first to be a double distribution day. Okay, so in this meantime it was an attempt to be a double distribution, so essentially accumulation, distribution. But overall this is a trend directional day, yeah. And today we did open outside of previous day value area. So this is something not to fade, in my opinion. Essentially, if we do get accepted into this gap, if price goes below 58k, I would expect to reach back down here. But until we're above this point of interest, to put it that way, while we're above this area, I do expect higher prices to come. Maybe we do get like a shakeout to tap the previous day value area, and we do get a move up. So this is something to be aware of. So in terms of TPO perspective, I am expecting high prices, and I do expect this naked value area high to be hit. Yeah, so we can look for a trade like that. That's the first thing. Now, the other thing is, in terms of order flow, there is nothing bearish yet. Okay, so this is something to be aware of. In terms of order flow, there's absolutely nothing bearish. Also, if we look at the 2-hour time frame, what we can see is that essentially, if we look at pretty much the range that we're into, we did tap the value area low, bounce, value area low, bounce, value area low, value area high, value area low, point of control, move down, have a deviation down here, and then we accept it back in. Yeah, so essentially what this means is that we are looking for move up into the value area high, but we're currently being stopped by the point of control, which also, if we take a look at the periodic volume profile, so if we take a look at, let's say, the monthly, let me just show you quickly. Oops, not this one here. So essentially this was the previous one point of control. So this is the reason why we stopped. Essentially what we can look into right now on the low term time frames, let's take a look. Oops, not this one. Look at this here. So on the low term time frames, what can we look into? Oh, look at this. Down here we do have a naked session point of control from pretty much yesterday's New York session. So we can look to tap this and move up. So this is a good idea in my opinion. And we do have a naked session point of control up here. So essentially the trade which I'm looking forward to, let me just take a look if we have another confluence. Yes, pretty much the view up from the low is over there. So we can look forward to that. So what we can do, we can have the idea, and the setup can go up to there, essentially, over here in that area. 1 to 4, this is a good setup in my opinion. This is a great setup for today. Putting everything in confluence, this is the conclusion that I come out to. So the things which I look into is essentially not only the absorption, but also the bounce and the creation of the imbalance. So all these things putting into confluence for the past 48 hours, I do like this setup, and if this fails, as I said, we can look forward down to 57, but I do expect price to come into the 60.5 area. So this is the daily update. Hope you enjoy, take some value out of it, and take care.